Hello and welcome, this is Adam from Critical Impact Gaming, and today we have an invigorating Wi-Fi battle for you on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So today my opponent's going to be leading off with our nice and shiny green Nidoqueen, as I'm going to lead off with my Megatron. So I am expecting my opponents to just stay in to get off the Stealth Rocks right away, as that's what my opponents have been doing a lot lately. They don't even care about their lead as long as they get out their rocks, since there's no defoggers or rapid spinners in this game. So I'm not trying to predict too early, and I just go for the Earthquake as my opponent makes a very nice play, switching out to the Charizard, which is immune to ground type moves. So I'm thinking about my options right now, and I think that he's just going to go for either a Fire Blast with Mega Charizard Y, or the more likely event, a Fire Punch or Flare Blitz with Mega Charizard X. So I'd make the best decision possible to switch out into a Pokemon that actually resists the Fire type moves, being my Aerodactyl. And it turns out that he is indeed the shiny Mega Charizard X, and he goes for the very powerful Flare Blitz, and gets a burn on me, so that really hinders me the entire game. I feel like I can roost up, but then he might predict me and go for something along the lines of an Earthquake if he's carrying 3 moves with Roost. So I'm not trying to overpredict too much right here, since it is still very early in the game. I believe I just go for the Mega Evolution right here, as he says in his Pinsir. I'm not entirely sure why he did that. Maybe he thought I was going to go for an Earthquake, but I believe that Rock Slide will do more than a Earthquake, since it is still pretty decent base power, and it's also Stab. So that same type attack bonus, or boost, whichever you like to say, really helps out, and I might get the chance to flinch. But even with the burn, my Mega Aerodactyl still does a hefty chunk to his Pinsir, bringing it down to around 50%, maybe a little bit more. As I do take the opportunity to roost up, I am going to take a lot of damage from this X-Scissor, since I'm only Rock type now, so I only resist it once, not 4 times. But that's okay. I definitely have more options, as his Pinsir is really not even a threat to me. I can Roost, I can Rock Slide, I can even Wing Attack if I want. But I'm trying to get them nice flinches, and I do end up getting it. Very nice for me. So now again here I do have the chance to Roost up, which I do take because this Pinsir is very low. I feel like he's just going to leave it in and sack it. Maybe go for an Earthquake predicting a Roost, but he ends up just switching out into his Tentacruel. So that's okay. I'm kind of seeing a trend here. Looks like all of his Pokemon are going to be shiny, so that's always a very cool thing to see in competitive Wi-Fi battles. And I'm sorry you guys, I haven't uploaded in like a week. It is very hard to find a good battle. Like a lot of my opponents just bring their in-game team, which is, you know, the game's over in like a minute or 2 basically, because they have no competitive prowess. So yeah, I don't want to take a skull to the face, so I'm just gonna send out my Execute Order 66. Because he can take skulls for days, and it doesn't even matter if it get burned or not. I think I go for the, what did I do, Sleep Powder? Yeah, so I didn't even think about his Venusaur. I thought he was just gonna stay in and let his Tentacruel take the potential Psychic, because if I did predict switch into his Venusaur, I could have gone for a Psychic right off the bat and just taken it out, and that would have been a really bad switch in for him if I ended up going for Psychic instead of the Sleep Power. But my opponent predicted it well, so nice play on their part, I guess. I'm not really sure why he's setting his Tentacruel back in. Maybe he was just trying to figure out if he's going to be able to outspeed me or not. Which he is. Looks like he might be a timid nature or something like that. I think I'm modest with my Execute. But yeah, he's just going to be able to take me out with an Ice Beam. So I'm going to send out my Buzzy Fuzzy. Gonna try to get off some nice predictions here. I think I just go straight off for a Thunderbolt right here. Because he doesn't have any ground types on his team, so it can hit everything and get at least a little bit of residual damage off. Or so I thought, because I even looked at his team right there just a second ago, and I guess overlooked his Nidoqueen. So I'm gonna make a somewhat situational play right here and go into my Hitmonlee. I could have stayed in, gone for a Psychic or Ice Punch, but I didn't want my Buzzy Fuzzy to die to the Earthquake or take a Super Fang to the face. So I'm missing my Hitmonlee, which does have the Earthquake, and I will be able to hit KO as he fires off a Toxic. And since The Nidoqueen is half poison type. The toxic will always land 100% of the time. So that kind of sucks for me, especially since my opponent has the protect. They're running a little bit of a stall set right here, but they can't really stall for long with the Nidoqueen. You know, it's bulky, but it's not that bulky. So I am able to take out with the second Earthquake. As my opponent, I'm going to try to get off the double protect. I mean, if they get off double protect, it could have paid off later on, but it's just a very situational thing that you shouldn't be relying on trying to get double protects just to stall off for one more turn. It's just something that you shouldn't do. So my opponent's going to send in their Mega Charizard X. I do have the Rock Slide and Earthquake and High Jump Kick, which can hit for at least neutral. Like, if I go for a High Jump Kick, it's going to hit him very hard neutral, but he's going to be able to outspeed me. Just go for the Flare Blitz. I was hoping he'd go for the Roost or try to switch out or something like that, but he ends up just taking my Hitmonlee, so that kind of sucks, but it's alright. I definitely have my my Lapras left over. I have my Aerodactyl, my Buzzy Fuzzy. I mean, I just have so many threats against his Charizard. So as you saw earlier, the Flare Blitz didn't even do that much to my Aerodactyl before I was Mega, and now that I got the slight buff, I'll be able to, even though I'm burned, deal out a pretty decent amount of damage and take some hits as well. And we both have Roost, so this is gonna be kind of interesting. Of course, I will outspeed, so I'm gonna go for my Rock Slide as my opponent roosts up, and I miss. Man, this game has so many hacks. So I got burned. I missed the Rock Slide right there, so I'm gonna just try it again, and I miss again. That's 3 hacks right there. Maybe more if I'm missing something, but yeah, that's crazy. He's actually gonna be able to take out my Aerodactyl, which isn't something you see very often. You know, a Charizard killing an Aerodactyl, but I did get those 2 misses. So if that didn't happen, I could have gotten some potential flinches. Could have gotten some crits, you know, maybe take it out, but it's okay. He's locked into the Outrage, and I'm gonna send my Metal. Just fire off a Earthquake, and I'm not really too afraid of the Flare Blitz. I know I could live 1 if I'm at max, so I may be able to live 1 if I'm at you know, 4/5 HP, give or take. But I think I just go into my Buzzy Fuzzy, trying to sack it to the recoil for the Flare Blitz, so that it'll be a double down, and I'll be able to bring out my Mal safely once again. But he actually switches out, and he goes into his Pinsir, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. I definitely outspeed you. There's no way you're faster than Electabuzz. So I'm just going to take it out with a Thunderbolt. I don't know, it's a very questionable play in my opinion. However, let's see, what does he do? He just sends out his Mega Charizard X once again. It's really too bad I didn't have any Stealth Rocks on this team, because it definitely would have come in handy. The Charizard would have been dead by now if it had Stealth Rock entries. So I'm just trying to check out my mons, see what would be more powerful, a Psychic or an Ice Punch, and I'm just going to go for a safe Psychic because I think my special attack is a little bit higher than my physical attack with this Electabuzz, and it's a very low HP Charizard anyway, so it should die to either one, but I'm just going to play it safe and go with the Psychic. So now my opponent's going to be going into their Electabuzz, and I'm like, I really don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to Ice Punch him, because I think he might want to set up his Light Screen or Reflect, and it doesn't even matter because he gets frozen. What's up with all the hacks in this game, you guys? What? So my opponent's just not even gonna try to switch out to his last Pokemon because it's kind of pointless right now. He's just gonna try to thaw out, get out another 1 or 2 foul plays if he can. However, he doesn't even break through the freeze hacks. So that was very funny. I think it was funny anyway. What happens next is also very hilarious in my opinion. So he's going to send out his last Pokemon, which is the Tentacruel. I think I outspeed it, so I'm just going to go for the Stab Thunderbolt, hopefully take it out in 1 hit. Unfortunately, he lives with just a little bit of HP on the yellow right there. He goes for the Ice Beam, doesn't kill me, but he gets a Freeze Hacks. Let's see, so there's been flinches, burns, freeze hacks, misses. What's going on in this game, you guys? So if Buzzy Fuzz with my last mon, then I would be screwed, and that would have been game. However, I still have an almost full HP Melmetal and a full HP Lapras, which hasn't really seen much play in this game, so I'm just going to bring it out to finish off his Tentacruel with the Drill Run. So that was a very interesting hacks-filled game right there. I hope you guys enjoyed. He just goes for Ice Beam, does nothing because I quad resist. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. I really do like the feedback, whether it be positive or negative. I'll take any feedback at all. If you subscribe, it definitely motivates me to keep uploading more videos for you guys. And yeah, have a nice day, everybody. Bye.